I've thought about this for a while now. What is the goal of Dragon Ball? For a while I was content in the answer being invincibility or perfecting your defenses. However, I realized that the answer has been right there, and characters, when they achieve new transformations, only tap into larger reservoirs of it at the moment, but they always seem to miss the mark. Previously, on my birthday, back in 2020, it was a birthday of mine. I'm not gonna give you guys a specific day, but I'd sent in ideas of what I believe should be like custom transformations for different races in Xenoverse 2. I sent that into devs at Bandai. While I still stand by No Ego Zone, which is Krillin's new form in Dragon Ball Super, also known as the Selflessness State, being a viable option for humans, that form is a stepping point for what I believe is the ultimate answer to life itself, and that is the true nature of Ki. What if the true nature of Ki is to rise above oneself? What if an understanding that no matter if you win or lose, are destroyed or not, you are the one who stands and does not fall. You're something in the face of nothing, a presence like the sun that cannot be clouded. You no longer have to fight, and you can do as you please and live life. Dying, pain, none of it matters. You are at peace because you fully understand Ki. And all that's left now is to improve, not because you have to, but because you want to be better. I've always had thoughts, when I initially ever thought of life and battle, that no matter what was thrown my way, I'd never be affected. For the longest time, as far as I can remember, ever since seeing Jiren, really, that's kind of always been my goal. What if this was the ultimate goal Toriyama has been pushing for in the series? For a character to realize this, and find a way to manifest it, and bring it to the surface. He has always been metaphysical. They could take someone gifted like our created characters in Xenoverse 2, for example, to understand its nature, bring out its elements to the surface, and make it exist in the physical. This is likely what Toriyama had wanted us to understand, and may have purposefully let us get away with thinking about power, which was an element of Ki, but ever expanding our Ki should have really been the ultimate goal. So, I feel like I should break away here for a second. I should mention that, like, everything that I'm saying right now, I had written this down before Toriyama had passed away. Toriyama died March 1st, and I'm gonna try to, like, show a screenshot of this, but, like, I had every word that you guys have heard so far. I wrote this down back in February 18th, and I'm gonna talk about this later on in the video, but, like, honestly, one of my biggest regrets is not making this video sooner, before Toriyama had passed away, because I actually did figure out the answer, what he wanted us to understand before he died, and before like everybody else like really started to think about, like, the meaning of Dragon Ball. I thought about this like a month ago, basically. I just wish I had made a video on it. Yeah, that being said, so the thing is, right, the day that I thought about this, was the day when Beast Gohan, like, dropped in Dokkan, and I was, more than anything, other people were excited about it. For me, I was thinking, so, once again, they have shown us the apex of power in the game. I remember, it was like this morning, like, not this morning, it was this morning when the day that Beast Gohan, his information was revealed, that I hopped on the Xenoverse 2, floated up in the sky with my male human character, and I was just thinking, is this really it? What's the way? Because I'm always thinking about how somebody can rival me, right? And if Gohan truly has achieved the apex of the potential of power, I was thinking, what way? How can I advance past that? How can I surpass that? And then it clicked for me. The answer to it all is to figure out the true nature of Ki, and to embody that. So all of that really is just to, like, say that I'm trying to tie this into Xenoverse 2, because if it wasn't for me thinking about, like, how could it be possible for my human, who I think time and time again, the characters like Cronoa, the Supreme God of Time, and like other characters just have mentioned like, our created characters have like this insane, unreal ability within them. I was trying to figure out how could we possibly surpass even Beast Gohan, and then this came to mind, the answer. Let me just talk about Xenoverse 2 for a bit, and then we'll go back. You'll see how it ties in. But yeah, as for how this would be represented in the game's universe, I believe it should be a form exclusive to humans, at least for the moment, for the time being, as we're the characters that are most in tune with using our ki to amp ourselves. Other characters can have unique transformations, of course, but humans are special. For humans, I was thinking that the devs can design a form where we're fully drawing out the nature of ki. Human strength has always been a rising fighting spirit. For this form, the longer we stay in it, the more we ourselves become one with our ki, and we start to become more metaphysical than physical. It would be like we're intangible, and nothing affects us. It passes through us and has no effect. The idea would be like, even if there were to be nothing in the universe, there would still be something as ki. We are something, even if we're surrounded by nothing. A fitting form would be one where we're gaining strength as if it's our nature, not through nature or biology to get stronger like Saiyans, but through the nature of polishing our ki. In terms of combat, it can be represented like this. We're progressing with new battle mechanics like Ultra Instinct would. As we dive deeper into our ki, the longer the battle goes on, we have access to new mechanics we didn't have before. Gaining new abilities, being more durable, more solid, faster recovery, higher speeds, and on top of that, just overall getting naturally stronger. This is what I believe we can do. It would be nice to focus on rising ki ever higher, and at that point enriching our ki would just be a matter of following the great Master Roshi's words.
Work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. You must master the art of peace in addition to the art of war!
And I believe that humans getting a form focused solely on the true nature of ki is the path to peace. So I wanted to share some of my thoughts after recording this segment you just heard in the video. Firstly, I wanted to thank Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, for the life he led and the influence he's had on me. I've been following the story of Dragon Ball since I was 13 years old, about half my life now, and it's because I could see past the simple nature was something that I was yearning to understand. I'd said before that there was something there to it that wasn't obvious to me, but it's what I know subconsciously I kept trying to reach and figure out. But finally, and not now, but like, a month ago, before Toriyama had passed away, I had finally figured out what that was. Hence why I'm making this video now. And for that, and for every way that he has moved and changed each one of our lives with his stories, his vision, and the way he led his life, I thank you, Toriyama, friend. I wanted to share some of my thoughts though after that video, that segment of the video you guys just watched. There's like a few things, right? Ki is metaphysical. There are three things that Toriyama wanted us to understand about ki. One, being that it's made up of things, or includes three things: vigor, courage, and right-mindedness, being in your true mind. And the thing about ki is that ki is energy which can neither be created nor destroyed. The second, I mentioned this before, Gohan. When I first thought about like what was the best hypothetical form for humans, a huge factor in that was when Beast Gohan kind of got revealed in Dokkan, and I was thinking, like, in what way, how can our humans possibly surpass that? Now, the thing is, right, Gohan has said since essentially before the Tournament of Power started that he was going to pursue his own path, and that's led him down to the form that he's reached now. That said, I don't exactly think Gohan's on the right path, but overall his goal, he might actually be capable of protecting the Earth, and it's not in the way you guys might think. Because according to Toriyama's notes that he left behind in Dragon Ball Online, which was it's a long gone game at this point, Gohan ends up coming up with a book And actually, if I could, I think it was in Battle Z that you can even like see an image of this book. You can't really see it in Dragon Ball Online anymore. That game is gone. But Gohan ends up writing like a book towards the end of his life that guides humans to using ki. He basically ends up teaching humans how to use and control their ki, and I think that's like, you know, I don't know. If that is essentially the way how like Gohan's story ends, I don't know. I think it's fitting, honestly. Yeah, but this book right here, this is what Gohan leaves behind pretty much. It teaches humans the principle of ki and everything. And you can't really find that now because Dragon Ball Online is gone, but you know, I just wanted to like share that pretty much. This is the only place we'll be able to see like this. Like it's right here as an homage to that. And I think, you know, Dragon Ball Online came out back in 2010. This game came out like 2014, so it was like a good 4 years. But like, I'm glad they paid homage to it. Toriyama made sure to mention that, you know, in the notes he left behind for like each one of these characters, and like essentially how their story concludes and how the history of the Z Warriors unfolds and everything. But the body book, yeah. This is what Gohan leaves behind. Akira Toriyama praises his friend, the creator of Naruto, not long after he crosses a milestone, developing a form for his character in which, you know, he becomes chakra itself. I'm talking about Naruto, and the form I'm speaking of is known as the Six Paths. But yeah, if you take a look at like Naruto's form, it's like it's a power that's gifted to him by some divine entity. I don't know who, but essentially like he does become one with chakra itself, and it allows him to like to achieve so many like new abilities and things, and it's granted to him because he had iron faith and he had the will, I guess, to keep pushing on and endure. And I feel like that's the reason why Akira Toriyama praised, you know, his friend Masashi, I think his name was. Hang on, Masashi Kishimoto, right? And Kishimoto actually did a comment on Akira Toriyama's passing, and it was pretty heartfelt. I know you guys have had to have had this feeling, right? It couldn't just be me that Vegeta has been steadily moving towards the right path ever since he evolved in the Tournament of Power. It felt like he was becoming the first mortal to achieve something truly grand, and maybe would be the first genius to understand exactly what he was doing. Between the grandiose enveloped form of his ki and Super Saiyan Blue evolution to his spirit control for recently in the manga, and before that, declaring that this is where his path diverges from Goku, I feel like that was a quintessential moment not too many fans picked up on. And it might be key later on, who knows. Right, and last thing before I start like diving into the nature of ki one more time, I used to think for like the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, that Dragon Ball's ultimate goal was that the reality-bending power of the dragons is unmatched and has gone by unnoticed. I feel like GT touched on it, of course. Maybe that was a little bit thanks to Toriyama giving them a little nudge in the right direction, maybe. But yeah, I remember I kind of took advantage of that like years ago. I requested to a lady, her name is Tira Nova, on Twitter, to animate like a special form for Charlotte who would use the power of the Omnificence Crystals, which are the base power of the Super Dragon Balls, and you know, if you play through the Legend Story mode up until this point, you'd know what I'm talking about. And tap into all that makes him himself, from his willpower, resilience, and lineage, and it culminates in a form I like to call Super Saiyan God, Genta Feroce. It's currently my profile picture on YouTube. But, you know, listening back now to looking back at all the signs in the show and listening to all the songs, all the lyrics that back in the day didn't seem to make too much sense. And even Whis' speech as Goku was rising higher in his fight with Jiren, it all finally makes sense, like what the show has been preaching this whole time. And yeah, it's like we're supposed to delve into the true nature of ki.
I can feel it. Not the chaos of consciousness. Elegant purity of energy operating on throwing his whole body and soul into the fleeting moment of each strike, allowing the flames of his power to rage freely. Concerns for his universe, or the gap in their power, his hesitation, his impatience, his fear. To the fire and let them burn. Now there is only himself, his opponent, and the fight. Soon he will reach a realm still faster, keener, and deeper, where even that awareness will blur and fade. And beyond that...
Even with all these things in mind, when I first came to this revelation in February, there was also a realization. Coming to understand that to reach a state of total ki means reaching a selflessness state, a state where you rise above yourself. It means that you have to master something truly difficult. Let go of yourself while retaining all the qualities that make you you, that defines your character, and thus your ki. It means letting go of the concept of losing, and yes, winning too. Revenge, rage, pain, and fear. It means remembering everything up to this point that has defined your character. Whatever that thing is, your pride like Vegeta, your absolute resolve for strength like Jiren, and immersing yourself in a state of your total being. And once you have reached that state, where you are one with your ki, all that's left is improvement, and a life of mastering doing things well. Ki often in the show feels like a manifestation of your dreams, and you see that time and time again where characters rise to the occasion. Whatever they dream of, whatever they want to see come to fruition, they do achieve it. When you understand ki as what it is, you realize that everything matters while nothing matters. Even if reality knocks you down, dream of a better tomorrow, then it's up to you to bring it out to the surface. I just wanted to leave you guys on one last note. As long as you completely hold firm to that faith, that every form of life has dreams, hopes, and a place in this world, no matter how simple or irredeemable or lost they may seem, as long as you hold firm to that faith, you can change things, and for the better. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Thank you for the impact you've had on us all. And thank you guys for watching.